Hi girls, I'm Dr. Shilpa Chitnis Joshi. I'm a gynecologist and infertility specialist practicing in Pune. Today I want to talk about some wrong trends which have been going on in young girls and women about the taking care of vagina or genital area. Nowadays there is a trend called bikini wax which is on rise. There is also a trend of using intimate washes, that is vaginal washes, and there is also a trend of using different deodorants or cleaning the vaginal area by using hand shower. Sometimes talcum powder is used in the genital area. So I want to talk about all these wrong trends which can really cause problems in your genital area, can give you different infections and other issues. So let us talk about bikini wax first. About bikini wax, I am really skeptical because few days back I got a young patient in my OPD. She was a young girl who was going to get married the next week, and that's why she went for a bikini wax. And obviously during bikini wax something went wrong, and she got a very deep cut in her very delicate genital area, and it started bleeding badly because vaginal area has a lot of blood supply. So the bleeding was not stopping. The girl panicked and came running in my clinic. So fortunately we could stop the bleeding without putting any stitch or doing any surgical intervention. But the girl was in bad panic. So I talked to her and told her that while talking to her, I realized that this trend has become extremely common in young girls and some women also. And for those who have no idea what bikini wax is, in bikini wax every single hair around the genital area, the vaginal area, is plucked out or shaved. In bikini wax, of course, it is waxed out, and many women also go for shaving in the whole area and remove every last hair in that area. So what I want to tell you is the hair in the genital area have a role to play. So they are there to protect the genital area. Of course, I understand that grooming needs to be done because girls need to feel good about themselves. So grooming needs to be done. You can keep the hair short with the scissors. And the very important point here also is the hair removing hair removing creams are not to be used in genital area. There are specific instructions on those hair removing cream that they should not be used in genital area. So without reading the instructions also, many girls and women also tend to use it in the genital area, and it can lead to a very strong chemical reaction to the chemicals, and there can be a lot of problems. Second thing is, there are good bacteria, not only bacteria, there are many living organisms, small bacteria, fungi, viruses, everything. So there are good organisms and bad organisms, both reside in the genital area of women. The balance between these good and bad organisms keeps the immunity of the genital tract. It keeps the genital tract in good conditions. They say that vagina can keep itself clean with the minimum help from the woman. So whenever you do all these interventions, the balance between good and bad bacteria is disturbed, and then women and girls tend to get all sorts of infections. There can be fungal infections. The hair follicles get injured and get exposed when the waxing and shaving is done, and those exposed hair follicles can give rise to different infections. There can be boils, sometimes pus too, there can be reactions, there can be itching. So you don't really need to remove every single hair in that area. Keeping it short with scissors really works. Now about the vaginal washes. Now vaginal wash is an acidic wash. The companies are advertising it as the inside pH of the vagina is acidic, so that is why they are advertising about acidic washes. Point to understand here is the pH of the vagina is acidic inside the vagina, and the vaginal washes which you are using to clean the outer skin of the vagina, which is a normal skin. So obviously if you constantly wash it with acidic wash, the skin becomes delicate, and there is a rash, and then it feels itchy, and there can be a lot of reactions also it becomes very dry. Remember, vagina is supposed to be moist. When it becomes dry, its immunity goes down, and then you tend to get different problems. So dry vagina is an invitation to many infections, many issues. Similarly, using talcum powder in the vaginal area is absolute no-no. There was a big case, you may or may not know about it. Johnson and Johnson got punished because the talcum powder was used by some American women and it led to carcinoma of ovary. So the talcum powder contains talc, which is supposed to be carcinogenic. So never use talcum powder in the vaginal area. If you want to apply talcum powder, you can wear your undergarments and then apply talcum powders to your thighs, but do not use it in the genital area directly. So also using hand showers and constantly wiping the vagina with toilet paper or tissues is not good at all for you, because then that also disturbs the immunity of the vagina and you can get infections. Just washing it during your bath is enough. That also, hot water should not be used. Soap is absolute no. Soap should not be used. Just plain water is enough, and you can change your undergarments at night if you want. So please go through these instructions, and I'm sure if you follow these instructions, your problems will definitely go down. There is one more thing I want to assert here is, when I was wondering why women want to remove every single hair in the genital area and want it to look infantile. So when I thought about it, I realized that this is the influence of the pornography on the young generation. Nowadays, pornography has become so widespread and it is so easy to watch it for everybody, and some people are of course addicted to it. And then the unrealistic images of the vagina or the whole body they show, those images are wrongly interpreted, and then the young generation tends to think this is the standard and this is how things should be. But pornography really can mislead you in your sex life. So remember, the bodies they show in pornography are not realistic. Real bodies are not like that. It is all a sort of a manufactured thing to mislead you and give you unrealistic ideas about your bodies and your sex life also. So I think that's it for young generation. This information I think would be useful, and parents would also maybe like to give out this, relay this information or convey this information, or make the young generation watch this video to get rid of many misconceptions, and so that they can lead a healthy personal life ahead. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.